welcome to episode 68 of Credit 101. And in this episode, we're going to talk about lowering your utility bills. So, I have done a lot of lowering of my personal utility bills. So, I'm going to definitely tell you guys some things that I have personally done to lower my bills. And I want to give you a few tips that you guys can do to lower your bills. I'm going to get all of the things out the way and then I'll air out all my business afterwards. That way, if you don't care about that, you just want to know the tips just to get some ideas and you'll have them. Now, this is my first time like literally recording after getting my braces. So, got my braces and I kind of talk funny. I know I talk funny. So please bear with me. And I have a year of this. So hopefully they'll be out soon because I don't want to have them. But hopefully they'll be out soon. Now, the first thing is just call the utility company and ask them to lower your utility bills. Like, ask them, is there any way I can lower my bills? Just flat out just call them. They're going to tell you what they can do, and if there's nothing that they can do, then they'll say that there's nothing that they can do. But I suggest that you guys just call them first. Some people just be like, well, there's nothing I can do, and it's always something that you could possibly do. So please call them. Next thing is you can call them and ask them about emergency assistance. So usually each state, each county, each city, they have some type of emergency assistance. So you can ask if you can get emergency assistance. When I was in Wisconsin, you know what? Let me not tell you my business, but we had emergency assistance out there like crazy. I was like the normal for everyone to do emergency assistance. I'll talk to you guys about that later on. Next thing is ask them about the weatherization program. So they may have a weatherization program that you can sign up for, and this can help you basically lower your bills different ways. And I'll go deeper into what I have done with the weatherization program later on. And then also the winterization. So I have also done a winterization when I was up north. So definitely I'll tell you guys more about that too. And then also, if you can't lower the bill, just ask to get on a payment plan. Ask to get on a payment plan so you can have one set payment for 6 months or sometimes even a year. That way you don't know what you have to pay. It's a way to lower your bills temporarily, and it may work for you. So ask about that. And that's usually for your past due bills. Say, hey, can I just bulk all of that onto one payment and spread it out over 6 months or over 12 months? And they'll say, yeah, and then they'll put you on a budget billing. So definitely ask about those different options. So let me kind of go back up to the top and let me tell you what I have done. So to lower my bills, one thing I have found out about lowering bills is this. They told me that a few ways that I can personally lower my bills is by using my energy at certain hours. So they have certain thing called peak hours, and the peak hours is just a certain time where they want to charge you more. But they have hours too where they charge you less for your energy. So just call the utility company and ask them, hey, when are the hours that I will be charged less for energy? So this can be hours where if you guys do meal prepping, you can do meal prepping. Maybe you want to do more of your TV watching during this time, or whatever it is that soak up your energy, do cooking more during this time. Whatever it is that really soak up your energy, they'll be able to tell you. Ask them what soaks up my energy. And cooking, lights, and the air conditioner, central air is our biggest thing. So they'll let you know, and they'll say, hey, during this time, we charge you less for it. So I believe mine was like after 8 or 9 o'clock until like midnight or beyond, until like 6 in the morning was my times where I was getting charged less. So during that time, if I know I'm up, maybe I'll do some meal prepping during that time. Maybe that is the time that if I want to, I can turn the air up more or turn the heat up more because I'm getting charged less. So that's something that you guys can do, but just call them. Trust me, it's something that you could possibly do. Now about the emergency assistance. So when I lived up north, like emergency assistance was like normal. Especially I came from a lot of people that just didn't have a lot, honestly. So we always did emergency assistance. Now since I've been up north, I haven't gotten any emergency assistance because we don't have none here. And if you do have some, it's like they only have a little limited amount of funds. Like up north, you do it from this time to that time, they had enough funds for everybody. But I suggest that you guys look into emergency assistance, and I'm going to put y'all all the way in my business. If you guys have like a disconnection notice, because I used to do the thing where I used to not pay my energy bill. That's how it's taught. Don't pay my energy bill Wait till you get your bill. Wait till you get close to the disconnection notice. Do the energy assistance. You want to still have a bill left over. Don't pay it, and then ask for emergency assistance because you have little bitty babies. Like that's what I was taught. Energy assistance and emergency assistance is two different things. Now, sometimes they may say, "Hey, we want to see you make $40 in payments every month, and then we'll give you the emergency assistance." But I technically never paid an energy bill doing it this way. But I'm not telling everybody to do that, but that's like what I was taught. So look and see if you guys have that energy assistance and also emergency assistance. Now they also had like weatherization too. Weatherization was where they'll give you sometimes, this is up north, so I don't know what they have where I'm at now. So just find out if you guys have any of these things and see if it can work for you. But with this, what they did was they'll give you light bulbs, they'll come and do little things for your house. And I'm going to put winterization and weatherization together because I honestly don't remember which one was which. But if you were a renter, they came in and did certain things to your house. But if you were actually the owner of that house, like when I bought my condo, they gave me a brand new refrigerator, brand new furnace, brand new hot water tank. I stayed in the condo, so they couldn't change my windows, but one of my real estate properties, they were changing the windows out. So, and I had to pay a certain small little amount, but it didn't compare anything to if I was to go do it myself. So this was something that was good for tenants and the owner of the property. So definitely look into these different programs. It can be very beneficial to you all. And I was so blessed to get a brand new furnace, brand new hot water tank, and a brand new refrigerator. That was really good. And they, I think they changed out all my light bulbs. They did a lot of stuff that came up to a lot of money. And the county or the city, I don't know who paid for it, but it was paid for. And it was basically connected to something with my energy, though. So definitely look into that and ask for a payment plan for your past due bill. So in the past, if I had a past due bill, like at the point where I'm at now, so what I did was I am on now the budget billing. So remember I told you guys to get on the budget billing? I am on budget billing now. So what I did was I asked them if they can actually, for my past due bill, what was left after, because so let me go back. I have to pay a certain amount per month within my budget billing, but I had more that I owe, like $600 something, $700. I asked them, could they divide that up into the next 12 months and then let me get back on the budget? And they did that. So, and that was just so I can keep one set payment. My payment isn't going up and down, up and down. I just have one set payment. I just like that for my budget. So you guys can definitely ask for that same thing too. So if you got a past due bill, ask them if they can spread that past due bill out into multiple months so you don't have to pay it all at one time. If you guys have like a disconnection notice though, they're going to be strict. They're not going to try to push it out 12 months or 6 months, but definitely ask. But I don't think that they'll do that. But you can ask. They can only say yes or no, and that's my motto. Just ask because you just never know what they're going to say. But that's something that I did and I still do. Like I still get on some type of budget billing where I pay a certain amount. And I really like that. Like I said, to only pay a certain amount, it keeps all my bills organized now. I don't have an energy assistance. I think I wouldn't say I took it for granted because I made sure I did it. So I wouldn't say I took it for granted having it up north, but it was very amazing. So definitely find out about all these different programs. If you guys have any questions, you can definitely drop them down below. And I just suggest you do a Google search of your county or the city or wherever you're at and ask what type of programs you have. And you can also call. So you can call your utility company and ask them what programs that they have there also. Because they have programs that can probably tell you about them, depending on your county, whether you're a renter or owner. They have to have some type of tips or something that they can do. And I know a lot of times if you own your property, it's so much that they can actually do. So just call them and see what they say, and hopefully they'll be able to help you. Hey, welcome to episode 69 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about lowering your different services that you may have. You know, maybe you have cell phone service, internet service, cable services. We're going to talk about what you guys can actually do to lower these different bills. Now, the first thing I want you guys to do is please list all the different companies you have and also list how much you owe for each company. that's something that I honestly had to learn. I didn't do that at first, but I learned that as I started paying off debt. I was like, okay, I need to list these companies and I need to see how much I have to owe to each company. Now, after you do that, you need to call each company to try to see if you can lower that bill. Now, when you call the company, just try to see, hey, is there anything that I can do to lower my bill? What am I paying for? Is there any extra add-ons that I have? Do you guys have any special promotions that I can get on? Because sometimes they have those special promotions. So definitely do that. And also ask them about a lifeline service. Certain counties, certain states, they are being paid a certain amount where they have to provide these services. And sometimes you can just pay $10 per month for like the lifeline services, or sometimes you can get it for free. So definitely call to see if they have these services available, especially if you're a senior, if you're older. And make sure that you call other companies, like shop around. Like say, when I first moved to Florida, I think I never had like a company such as like, I never had like, I had them before, but I didn't have Sprint, I didn't have US Cellular, I didn't have T-Mobile. I had them before, but I started going with like the prepaid services where you have all the different things that they had with those services, but you didn't have a contract. So I had that, but when I came here, I found out if I went with Spectrum, I can get it for cheaper because Spectrum have cell phone service. And now I pay $30 a month per line, and I have me, my daughter, and I have my iPad. So I pay $90 per month, and we have phone service, we have internet, and it's amazing. So definitely call to see if you can switch, because before I was paying like $50 a month, now I'm paying $30 per month per line, which is really amazing. And if you ever want to buy like an iPhone from them or a Samsung, they can actually divide those payments up at no additional charge. So that's really amazing. Like I bought my iPhone 13, it's finally paid off now, but I just basically had all those different payments separated, divided into a certain amount I had to pay per month, and it just added to my bill. And I keep seeing my bill go down because my daughter, she paid off her, well, I paid off her phone. I paid off my iPhone 13. Now I just have my iPad I need to pay off. But once I pay that off, my bill's going to go even lower. Because again, whatever device you have, you don't have to actually put a lot of money down on it. And it is depending on your credit too, but they're going to be able to divide those payments up for you. So that's really nice. Now I told you guys I wasn't going to let you guys get all the way in my business to the end. I told you guys that in the last episode 68. So let's kind of get all the way in my business when I tell you like what I have personally experienced. So when I told you guys to call the companies and list them, the cell phone, the internet, cable, and more, that was really amazing. So what I have found is the area that I'm staying in, I am in an HOA. So the HOA actually pays for our cable and our internet. Isn't that amazing? I mean, like the regular stuff that I was paying before. Because when I actually moved into this area, they was like, oh, well, because I wanted to get set up. They was like, well, you don't have a bill. And I actually added on a house phone. So I had to pay, I think it's like $10 or $14 a month for my house phone. So that's really amazing. So you want to definitely call to see if there's any type of specials or promotions, but you want to list down your bills so you know how much you was paying. Because I think my internet was paying like $140 something for my internet and cable. And I needed certain high-speed internet so that I can continue to record like this. But when I moved into this area, it was like, yeah, the HOA covers it all. You know, don't worry about it. Just keep paying HOA fees, you'll be good. And I'm like, what? This is amazing. So definitely call and see. And then also when I listed my bills, I'm like, okay, something got to shake. Like I can't pay this. Like it's not that I can't, I won't. Like I could put this amount towards debt. Like I'm very frugal now. So I actually canceled the home phone, and now I have other things that I had set up that's no bill. So definitely look into that. And now remember I was paying extra $10, $15 a month, and that was something where I could have put towards some debt. So I canceled that. So definitely list all your bills, know exactly what you're paying, and try to see if there's a way that you can actually lower your bills. So again, like I told you guys, I called the cable company. I also called the cell phone company and try to see if there's anything that I can do to lower my bill, even though I'm only paying $29.99. They're like, you already have the lowest bill. There's nothing you can do. But I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just leave it at that. But call and see if you can get on another promotion, some type of payment plan. And I'm locked in with the $29.99 with Spectrum. I know they're doing that just now for like 12 months, but I think I'm locked in for lifetime. So I might not leave. Like I might just stay here forever. and I like it. So it's nothing to complain about. So I might, like I said, stay here forever. And also call about the Lifeline service. I know when I stayed up north, they had like free cell phones if you got like food stamps or if you got like Medicaid, um, Medicare, Medicaid, one of the two. I think both of them actually. But if you got any type of government assistance, they was able to give you free cell phone service. They also had a thing too when I was up north where, and even down here too, where they was paying a percentage of the internet bill. So definitely call to see about that, to see if you can get your internet lower. And that's because too, probably during COVID they had this only, but maybe they still got it. Who knows? They wanted to make sure, like, especially if your kids were studying more at home, they had that internet service so that they can even talk to their teachers. So definitely call about that, because that may be something that can really help you out a lot, like having a lower internet bill. Or if you don't have internet, they may have a special promotion where you can get it for very, very cheap. And do not feel any type of way about switching. I switched companies so many different times, and I just wanted to make sure that I can use my same phone at that new company. I never felt any type of way. I just wanted to make sure that if I was to switch and go with another company, I can get what I want and I can get what I needed. A lot of times people like be married to a company, and I'm like, this company is not doing anything for you. Why are you so married to this company? And I just tell people, look at the other companies and see what they have to offer. Like I had the Verizon before, I had the bill, and my bill was out of control. I did not like it. I had T-Mobile. To me, my bill was out of control. And I feel like I didn't have any special perks back then, even when I had that. So when I seen Spectrum and I seen what they had to offer, I was just getting cable hooked up. Like, okay, I need to get cable hooked up here. I'm in Florida now. I need to get cable. I never thought about switching my cell phone until they say, hey, you know, you can get your cell phone for $29.99. Like, I'm like, what? So be open to switching, you all. Like, definitely be open to switching. I have switched my cable multiple times too. I made sure I stayed with a company that was just helping me. Like, I remember I had a company called Time Warner before. I had the I even had some services with at&t, but those things are just so expensive. So I always just shopped around. Same thing that we should do like with our car insurance and different things like that is no different. So just shop around and see who have the best offer for you. And if you find somebody with a better offer, like all I can tell you to do is just jump on and see what they have to offer, and then just jump on. Hey, welcome to episode 70 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about how you can actually lower some of your fees with your credit card. So sometimes people may have like credit card protection. So that's one thing we're going to want to get rid of if you have credit card protection, or any used credit monitoring too. I know I tell people like when you're repairing credit, you want to have a monitoring, but once you get your credit fixed, it's ways to get around that. So we want to talk about that in this episode. So the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to cancel your credit card protection. This is a shorter episode, so I am going to personally talk about my experience, talk about what I've seen within the whole episode instead of waiting to the end. So with the credit card protection, sometimes you guys probably have credit card protection. Like I know Credit One offer this, or some of those other companies. I think Synchrony Bank offer it, where they'll say, hey, we'll take a certain amount with your bills. You'll pay a certain amount. That way, if you ever was to get in a bind or anything like that, you'll be protected. I just think that don't spend anything that you cannot afford to pay back, and you won't have to pay for this extra protection. A lot of times people pay a lot of money for this extra protection, and it's not worth it. I think it's just a way that these credit card companies make a lot more money. And I want you guys to look at that and be like, no, that's okay. What you could do on your own is when you pay your credit card bill, you can have a savings account that you drop $5 in, drop $10 in. That way, if you ever get in a bind, you have money right there that can at least cover your minimum payment. You know, I just think about things like that, like $5 or $10 a month can be something so simple that you can put to the side for emergencies. And then if you guys don't spend what you can't pay back, you'll be good, okay? Like, just don't get that protection, because you're paying way more money for no reason. And I would hate for you to say, I got this problem, and they say, oh, no, that is not covered under your protection, under this protection plan you have. That's not going to be good. So please cancel that. And you guys may have like unused credit monitoring. please cancel the unused credit monitoring. A lot of people have it, like cancel it. If you have it still open, please cancel it. The only time I think people should really have credit monitoring is like if you guys were to be repairing your credit actively. When you're done repairing your credit, you literally can use Experian app to get your Experian credit report and use you get your Equifax report from Equifax.com. That can be free. They'll give you your credit score once a month too, and TransUnion too. And use Credit Karma. It's free. And that way you can see what accounts are coming on, what accounts are coming off. You can see exactly what's going on. But this is after you already repaired your credit. So you're not just always being so into like what exactly is on your credit report. You just need to know the basics, like what is my credit score looking like right now, about do I have any new accounts, any accounts come off, what's my utilization. Those are the different things that I think that you guys need. So if you guys are not repairing your credit, sometimes people just keep that stuff on autoplay. Please get rid of it, honestly. That's what I would suggest. Hey, welcome to episode 71 of Credit 101. And in this episode, we're going to talk about how you guys can prepare your taxes for free or help getting your taxes prepared if you guys don't know how to prepare your taxes. Now, let me go on my tangent early. I learned how to do my taxes before I was 18. I went straight to TurboTax and learned how to just literally fill in a few things and have them prepared. Never got audited or anything like that. So maybe you guys want to look into learning how to prepare them yourself. And especially guys, if you're a business owner, if you learn how to prepare them yourself, you're going to learn different things like, okay, next year I had too much income and these are different things I could have deducted. Next year, I'm going to, or the year that you're in, whatever year it is, I'm going to make sure that I buy more equipment for my business. I'm going to do, go on more business meetings and things like that to get the write-off. And that's just to make sure that you don't pay that much taxes. You can play with the numbers and see, okay, if I would have did this, I would have got that. And that's why I tell people to learn how to prepare their own taxes. Okay, now I'm not saying if you guys already have somebody prepare your taxes that you should not, but I think that you will learn so much if you learn how to prepare your own taxes, especially if you guys don't know that much about different write-offs and things like that. You're going to learn a lot of that, and you're going to learn how a lot of different things factor into your credit. But if you don't own a business or anything like that, still TurboTax may be good for you. I know TurboTax do have a free option. I don't know if they changed that. They did have a free option, so definitely look into that. So definitely go to TurboTax and see if they still have their free option, or if you guys have a baby or whatever, if you owe a bill with them, or even if you didn't have a baby, if you owe a bill with them, or you still get a refund, they can take that small amount that you owe as a fee for preparing your taxes. They can take that small amount out of your refund. So right before you get the refund, they'll take their small amount out. And I like this, you all. Let me tell you why I like it, because I hear a lot of people paying a lot of money to get their taxes done. They're getting audited. They're going to all these different companies. And I just think that if you learn how to do your taxes, you can be, especially if you don't have a business, you can have all this stuff done for less than $100. You know exactly what's going on. You know how different things work. You can prepare your own taxes. You don't need to have nobody say, hold on, I need to do this, I need to do that. You don't need to do none of that. You don't have to go to a place. You can do it yourself. So definitely learn how to do it. Also, the IRS on their website, they do have something where you can prepare your taxes yourself. And also, Cash App sent me something like prepare your taxes. And I'm like, Cash App, I am not going to let you do that. But they did have something like that. And also, when I first started helping people with credit, I used to go to a library and help people repair their credit at the library, but they always had the free forms, and they always had sometimes people come in to help them actually prepare their taxes. So if you guys are older, look into different programs in your community where you can actually get someone to help you prepare your taxes. But you guys can definitely prepare your taxes for free. Just Google free tax preparation companies. But I really honestly promote TurboTax. Like seriously, do the TurboTax. And then they also have something called audit defense. So if you were to be audited, at least you guys can have someone within TurboTax help you with that audit, so you're not by yourself. That's for those people that's scared. But definitely they have it there for you, so I do promote that. If you guys know of any other thing, definitely put it down below. If you guys have tried these different things, please let me know, especially if you try Cash App, because I just haven't. But then you got to think about it. Credit Karma bought into it, which is TurboTax. Intuit TurboTax. So I guess we can't look at it like that. It's like having a credit card will do your taxes now. So, maybe, Cash App is on another level I didn't know about, but it's still amazing. So definitely look into these different companies. Let me know how your experience went. I'll see you guys in the next video.